My precious child, do not move a muscle. I have ordained this very second, this very breath, for us to meet in the sacred stillness of your soul. I see your hands trembling as you hold this device, and I hear the silent, echoing scream within your chest that no one else on this earth can hear. You think you stumbled upon this message by chance, while scrolling through the noise of the world. But there are no accidents in my kingdom. I have cleared the path, silenced the static of your worries, and paused the universe just so my voice could whisper directly into your heart. This is the divine appointment you have been crying out for in your darkest, loneliest hours. Before I reveal the immense life-altering blessing I am preparing to pour into your life, declare your presence before me. Type, "I am here, Lord," or 707 right now, to open the windows of heaven and let my light flood your weary spirit. I am here, I am watching, and I have much to tell you. I have watched you carry a heavy burden that was never meant for your shoulders. I saw you waking up at dawn, your mind already racing like a trapped bird, trying to figure out how to fix things that are far beyond your reach. You try to control the weather of your life, the fickle opinions of people who do not see your worth, and the timing of doors that were never meant for your destiny. You are exhausted because you have been fighting against the very current of my grace. You are like a sailor frantically rowing against a tide I have set in motion to bring you home. To join this family of faithful believers and secure your spiritual protection, press the like button and subscribe to this channel now. This is more than a click. It is a signal of your agreement with heaven that you are ready to stop fighting and start receiving. By doing this, you are declaring that you no longer walk alone, but under the shadow of my wings. I have intentionally blocked your path, my chosen one. I have closed the doors you tried to kick open with your own strength, and I have allowed the delays that made you cry out in frustration. I saw you weeping in secret, wondering why everything seemed to go wrong just when you thought you had it all figured out. But listen to me, those blocks were my shields. I was protecting you from a storm you were not yet strong enough to weather, and from people who would have extinguished the light I placed inside you. You have been living under the illusion of control, believing that your effort alone determines the height of your flight. But I am the Alpha and the Omega. I see the end from the beginning. When I say stop, it is an act of supreme, unconditional love. I am calling you to enter a season of rest where I do the heavy lifting. The battle is not yours, it is mine. You are not losing time. You are being aligned with my perfect divine timing. Relax your shoulders and breathe in. My peace for the architect of the stars is now taking full charge of your journey. Stop the frantic rowing for the waves themselves. Obey my voice. My beloved child, I have watched the weight of the world slowly curve your shoulders and dim the spark in your eyes. I was there in the moments when you had to take a deep, shaky breath before entering a room, forcing a smile onto your face so that no one would see the crumbling foundation beneath. You have become an expert at being the strong one, the pillar for everyone else, to lean on the one who always has the answers and the steady hand. But who do you lean on when your knees begin to buckle? I see the knots of tension in your neck and the heaviness in your chest that feels like an anchor dragging you down into the depths. You are grieving for the life you thought you were supposed to have, and you are exhausted from the relentless effort of trying to hold together things that were never meant to be permanent. You are holding on so tightly to your plans, your reputation, and your fears that your hands have become cramped and bloodless. I am whispering to you now, it is okay to be tired. It is okay to admit that you cannot do this alone. You have spent years building a fortress around your heart, believing that if you just worked harder, thought longer, and planned more meticulously, you could protect yourself from the stings of disappointment. You have taken on the role of the provider, the protector, and the fixer. But in doing so, you have squeezed me out of the equation. I see you lying awake at the stroke of midnight, your mind a whirlwind of what-ifs and how-tos, trying to solve problems that haven't even happened yet. This is the pain of the chosen one who has forgotten that their strength does not come from their own will, but from my spirit. You are carrying a destiny that is too big for a human heart to bear without my grace. You were never created to be a pack horse for the anxieties of the world. You were created to be my child walking in the garden of my favor, trustful and light. The friction of your resistance is what is causing the burn in your soul. Every time you try to override my direction with your own desperation, you create a wound that only my touch can heal. Look at your hands, my precious one. See how they are clenched. You are holding onto a rope that is fraying, thinking that if you let go, you will fall into an abyss. But I am telling you that beneath you are my everlasting arms. The pain you feel right now is not the pain of breaking. It is the pain of the shell cracking so the new life inside can finally breathe. You are terrified that if you stop striving, everything will fall apart. But what if I told you that some things need to fall apart so that I can build something far more magnificent in their place? You are holding on to pieces of coal when I am trying to hand you diamonds. The exhaustion you feel is a divine signal that you have reached the end of yourself. And that is exactly where I begin. Your self-reliance has become a prison, and I am the only one with the key. You don't have to prove anything to me. You don't have to earn my love or my help through your labor. I saw you when you were weak, and I loved you then just as much as when you were standing tall. I am asking you to do the hardest thing for a warrior to do: surrender. Not as a white flag of defeat, but as an act of supreme trust in the King who has never lost a battle. You think that by holding on, you are being faithful, but true faithfulness is found in the release. The more you try to steady the ark with your own hands, the more you interfere with the miracle I am trying to perform. I want to take the steering wheel of your life, but I cannot do so while you are still white-knuckling it in the driver's seat. Let the tears fall if they must. They are the water that softens the soil of your heart for the seeds I am about to plant. You are being refined, not punished. The heat you feel is the fire of my love, burning away the dross of your ego so that the gold of your true character can shine forth. Trust me with the outcome. Trust me with the people who have hurt you. Trust me with the bills, the health reports, and the broken dreams. I have a perspective that spans eternity, and from where I sit, your victory is already secured. You only need to let go of the pain of holding on, so you can finally reach out and take my hand. My precious one, I have walked through the corridors of your mind during those long, silent hours of 3 a.m. when the world is asleep, but your heart is racing. I have sat beside you on the edge of your bed while you stared into the darkness, paralyzed by a mountain of what-ifs and the crushing weight of tomorrow. I know the exact taste of the tears you swallow so that no one else hears your sobbing. You wonder why the journey is so lonely, why the very people you poured your life into, the ones you carried, the ones you fed, the ones you defended, are the very ones who turned their backs when your own strength failed. You feel like a soldier left behind on the battlefield, wounded by the arrows of those you once called friends. But listen to my voice. You are not being abandoned. You are being set apart. The loneliness you feel is not a vacuum of my absence, but a cocoon of my presence. I have allowed the noise of the world to fade and the hands of others to withdraw so that you would finally have no choice but to reach for mine. I saw you when you were betrayed. I saw the look in your eyes when the realization hit that your kindness was met with coldness and your loyalty with lies. You feel a deep, burning sense of injustice, as if you are being punished for having a good heart. But I tell you, your scars are your credentials for the next level of your destiny. Every sleepless night you spent worrying about your finances, your family, or your future was a night I was working behind the scenes, weaving a tapestry of provision that you cannot yet see. You feel like you are falling behind, watching everyone else move forward while you are stuck in this hidden season. But you are not falling behind. You are being built. You are not breaking. You are becoming. A skyscraper requires a foundation much deeper than a simple shack. And right now, I am digging deep into the bedrock of your soul. I am clearing out the shallow roots of self-reliance so that I can plant the unshakable pillars of my glory. Imagine your life is like a container, my child. You were created to be filled to the brim with joy, peace, confidence, and divine creativity. But lately, you have allowed the midnight anxiety to fill up all the space. You have allowed guilt, shame, and the words of your enemies to take up the room that I intended for your miracles. You have a limited amount of room in your heart, and if you allow worry to occupy it, there is no space left for the confidence you need to step into your calling. Empty out the negative right now. Release the bitterness toward those who walked away. Let go of the shame of your past mistakes. I have already forgiven you. Why do you still hold yourself hostage? As you breathe in this moment, visualize yourself handing over those heavy crates of anxiety to me. I am the great Redeemer, and I know how to take every tear you've shed and turn it into a river of abundance. The enemy of your soul wants you to believe that this night will never end, that you will always be the one who gives, but never receives, the one who struggles while others thrive. That is a lie from the pit of darkness. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I have an appointed time for your promise to come to pass. The darkness is always thickest just before the dawn, and the fact that you are feeling this intense pressure is the greatest sign that you are standing on the threshold of a massive spiritual shift. You are being trained for the weight of the blessing that is coming. If I gave it to you now, it might crush you, so I am strengthening your character in the silence. Do not agree with the lack. Do not agree with the loneliness. Come into agreement with me. I say you are more than a conqueror. I say you are well supplied. I say you are my beloved, and no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. Sleep now, my child, for I never slumber, and I am standing watch over everything you love. My child, look closely at the armor you have fashioned for yourself. You call it strength, you call it independence, but I see it for what it truly is, a shield of glass, fragile and filled with cracks. For years you have believed the lie that your survival depends entirely on your own hands. Your ego, that small, trembling voice inside that screams for recognition and demands to be in control, has told you that if you stop pushing, you will disappear. It has told you that you must be the smartest in the room, the most prepared and the most guarded. But this shield you carry is not protecting you. It is isolating you. It has become so heavy that you can no longer lift your arms to receive the blessings I am holding out to you. Your ego is a false protector, a deceptive guard that promises safety but delivers only exhaustion. It tells you that you are the architect of your fate. But look around you. Are you truly at peace? Or are you just surviving? There is a spiritual law you must understand. My chosen one, when your ego shouts, my whisper remains unheard. I am a gentleman, and I will never force my way into a heart that believes it is already full. When you say I can handle this, I will fix this, or I don't need help, I honor your will, and I step back into the silence. I do not leave you, for I am the very breath in your lungs, but I withhold my intervention, because you have declared yourself the God of your own life. This is why you feel a hollow ringing in your soul. You are trying to illuminate your path with a tiny match of human logic, while I am offering you the sun of my divine revelation. Your ego is terrified of being wrong, but my spirit thrives in your willingness to be taught. When you insist on being right, you lose the opportunity to be transformed. The more you defend your ego, the more you defend your limitations. Your ego tells you that you must be perfect to be loved, that you must have no scars to be used, and that you must hide your weaknesses so the world won't see you fail. This shield is so full of holes that the cold wind of anxiety blows right through it. I see the cracks where you have tried to patch the pain with achievements, with money, or with the approval of people who do not even know their own hearts. You are trying to fight a spiritual war with a physical shield, and you wonder why you are bleeding. I am calling you to drop the heavy rusted armor of the self. It is time to let the I die so that we can begin. When you are finally willing to say, Lord, I don't know the way, Lord, I am not enough, and Lord, I am tired of being right, that is the moment the cracks in your shield become the gateways for my light. I have allowed you to reach this point of frustration because I want you to see that your ego is a terrible master. It has led you into deserts of loneliness and mountains of stress. It has made you suspicious of my goodness and cynical about my promises. But today, I am inviting you to step out from behind that cracked shield. You do not need to defend yourself when the Creator of the universe is your advocate. You do not need to prove your worth when I have already signed your name in the book of life with my own blood. Let the wall of pride crumble. Let the need to be in control melt away in the heat of my love. When the ego is silenced, the soul can finally sing. Only when you admit your emptiness can I pour in the abundance that I have been reserving for this very moment. Stop protecting the person you thought you had to be and start becoming the person I created you to be. Your true power is not found in your shield, but in your surrender. My precious child, you have been taught by the world that surrender is a white flag of defeat, a sign of weakness, or the desperate act of someone who has lost the fight. But in my kingdom, surrender is the highest form of strength. It is the brave decision to stop trying to force doors that were never meant for you, and to stop trying to heal yourself with the same mind that caused the injury. You have been clenching your fists so tightly that your palms are bleeding, holding onto situations and people that I have been trying to prune away for your own growth. Surrender is not giving up. It is getting out of the way so that I can finally move. It is the moment you stop telling me how big your storm is and start telling your storm how big your God is. When you yield, you are not falling into a void. You are falling into the palms of the one who measured the waters in the hollow of his hand. Imagine you are standing at the threshold of a magnificent mansion, but you are exhausted from trying to keep the old decaying shack you've lived in from collapsing. You are holding the keys to the shack so tightly that you cannot reach out to take the keys to the palace I have prepared for you. To surrender is to simply drop those old rusted keys. It is saying, Lord, I am no longer the master of this house. I hand the keys of my finances, my relationships, and my future to the master architect. This is the sacred exchange. When you take your hands off your problem, I finally put my hands on your problem. As long as you are trying to fix it, I will wait in the wings, honoring your choice to be independent. But the moment you let go, the moment you exhale and say, I trust you, the entire machinery of heaven begins to turn on your behalf. This is the secret that the world cannot understand. When you are weak in yourself, then you are truly strong in me. Surrender is a spiritual portal. It is the mechanism that shifts you from the dimension of human effort into the dimension of divine grace. You have been trying to swim upstream, fighting against the current of my will, and that is why you are gasping for air. I am calling you to flip over and float. Let the river of my spirit carry you to the destination I have already marked for you. You don't have to know where every turn in the river leads. You only need to know the character of the one who moves the water. Your anxiety is born from the belief that you are responsible for the outcome. Today I am relieving you of that burden. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am responsible for the outcome. Your only responsibility is to remain in me. Do not fear the silence that follows surrender. That silence is not my absence. It is the quiet of a construction site where the foundation is being laid in secret. When you release the need to understand everything, you gain a peace that transcends all human logic. You will find that you are no longer reacting to the world, but responding to my voice. The people who mocked your defeat will soon stand in awe of your victory, not realizing that your victory was won the moment you stopped fighting them and started trusting me. This is your moment of liberation. The chains of I must are falling off, replaced by the freedom of he will. Breathe deeply, my chosen one. The heavy lifting is over. From this breath forward, we walk together, but I am the one leading the way. You are finally safe because you are finally surrendered. Now seal this surrender with one quiet act of agreement. Press like as your yes in the unseen. Subscribe so my voice can keep washing your mind daily. And in the comments type, I surrender or 1111. Not as a ritual, but as a spiritual release. Let those words be the soft click of a lock turning as my peace settles deeper and deeper into you. My precious child, let these words sink into the deepest marrows of your bones, for they are the ironclad foundation upon which your entire life rests. I will never leave you, and I will never ever forsake you. This is not a mere platitude or a distant wish. It is a blood-bought guarantee from the Creator of all things. When the world feels like a desert of shifting sands, and the people you trusted have vanished like mist in the morning sun, this truth remains as solid as a mountain of granite. You have felt the cold sting of abandonment, the hollow ache of being forgotten in the crowd, and the terrifying silence of nights when you felt you were shouting into a void. But I tell you, even when you could not feel my hand, I was holding yours. Even when you could not hear my voice, I was singing songs of deliverance over you. My presence is not a reward for your perfection. It is a promise for your journey. There is no depth you can sink to where I am not there, and there is no height you can climb where I am not already waiting. I walk before you, my beloved, to level the mountains of impossibility that look so daunting from your human perspective. I am the one clearing the debris from your path and making a way where there seems to be no way. When you see a closed door, do not mourn. Recognize that I am standing at that door, keeping it shut, because the path behind it leads to your destruction. But I am also the one walking behind you, acting as your rear guard. I am the shield that catches the arrows of slander, and the wall that stops the waves of the past from dragging you backward. You are surrounded by an invisible fortress of grace. You may feel vulnerable, you may feel exposed, but you are the most protected being in the universe, because your life is hidden within mine. I have engraved your name upon the palms of my hands, and I have set my seal upon your spirit. You are not a wanderer. You are a pioneer, and I am the one who has already surveyed the land you are about to inherit. This guarantee is not dependent on your feelings, for feelings are as fickle as the wind. There will be seasons when the heavens seem like brass, and your prayers feel like they are bouncing off the ceiling. But that is exactly when my presence is most intense. I am not a God of the surface. I am the God of the deep. I am working in the silence, in the unseen, and in the quiet whispers of your heart. When I said I would never forsake you, I meant that even when you walk away from me, I am still standing right there, waiting for you to turn around. Even when you doubt me, my faithfulness remains unshakable. Even when you feel like a failure, I see you as the victor I created you to be. I am committed to your destiny more than you are. I have invested the very life of my son into your soul, and I do not make bad investments. You are my treasure, and I do not lose what I have paid so dearly to possess. Take a deep breath and let the anxiety of being alone evaporate in the heat of this revelation. You are never ever truly alone. When you sit at your kitchen table wondering how the bills will be paid, I am sitting there with you already preparing the provision. When you walk through the hospital corridor with a heavy heart, I am matching your every step, breathing strength into your weary frame. When you stand in the middle of a conflict, I am your advocate and your peace. You do not have to beg for my attention, for you have had it since before the foundation of the world. This is the scriptural anchor that will hold you steady when the storms of life try to capsize your soul. I am your refuge, I am your strength, and I am your very present help in times of trouble. Rest in this guarantee today. I am with you, I am for you, and I will never, ever let you go. Your future is not a question mark. It is a period at the end of my promise. My chosen one, I know you have looked at the world around you and asked with a heavy heart, why is my path so much steeper than theirs? Why do I face battles that others don't even have to imagine? You have felt targeted by the winds of life, as if a spotlight of struggle has followed you from one season to the next. But I am here to tell you that the intensity of your struggle is the greatest evidence of the magnitude of your calling. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not being broken to be destroyed. You are being broken so that the light I placed inside you can finally spill out and illuminate the darkness. Just as a grape must be crushed to produce the finest wine, and a diamond must endure immense pressure to reveal its brilliance. Your trials are the divine tools I am using to shape you into a vessel of honor. I do not give big assignments to small people. The fact that the enemy has sent his best shots against you is proof that he is terrified of the giant that is waking up inside of you. You were chosen because I knew your heart could handle the weight of my glory. Many want the platform, but few are willing to endure the preparation. Many want the blessing, but few want the burden that comes with being a light bearer in a dark world. You have been through the fire, not because I wanted to see you burn, but because I wanted to make you fireproof. I saw every tear, every betrayal, and every moment you felt like you couldn't take one more step. In those moments, I was weaving character into your soul, the kind of character that cannot be bought or taught, but only forged in the furnace of affliction. I am the potter, and you are the clay. Sometimes the potter must break the vessel on the wheel because he sees a flaw that would prevent it from holding the new wine of the next season. It may feel like your life is falling apart, but from my perspective, it is finally falling into place. You are being aligned with your true destiny. All the lessons I have given you, the lessons of patience, the lessons of silence, the lessons of forgiveness, are your entrance exams for the much that I am about to entrust to you. You are being trained to handle the weight of the blessing that is coming, for real blessings are heavy and require strong shoulders. If I gave you the wealth, the influence, and the breakthrough you are praying for today, without the character you've gained through this suffering, the blessing would crush you. I love you too much to give you a promise that you aren't yet prepared to sustain. Understand this, my beloved. Your scars are not signs of shame. They are your credentials. They are the proof that you survived what was meant to kill you. They are the testimonies that will give hope to the hopeless when you stand in your season of abundance. Stop trying to avoid the storm and learn to stand in the center of it with me. Rock bottom was never meant to be your grave. It was meant to be the solid foundation upon which I am building a life of unprecedented impact. You have been in a hidden season tucked away, where no one could see your growth or hear your prayers. But the season of being hidden is coming to an end. You are about to emerge as a person completely different from the one who entered the trial. You will walk with a different authority, speak with a different wisdom, and love with a different depth. You were chosen for this, and I am with you every step of the way. Reach out and claim your identity as my chosen warrior. My beloved, I stand before you today with an offer that defies all human logic, and transcends every economic law of this world. I am inviting you to participate in the great exchange, a divine transaction where you give me what is breaking you, and I give you what will make you whole. You have been walking through life like a traveler, dragging heavy, tattered sacks filled with the stones of your past, the gravel of your worries, and the lead weights of your financial burdens. Your hands are so cramped from clutching these burdens that you have no room to catch the manna I am raining down from heaven. Today, I am asking you to lay those sacks at my feet. I am not asking you to fix them first. I am asking you to trade them. Give me your ashes, and I will give you beauty. Give me your mourning, and I will give you the oil of joy. Give me your spirit of heaviness, and I will clothe you in a garment of praise that will shield you from the darkness of this world. I see the ledger of your life, my child. I see the debts that keep you awake, the bills that seem to multiply, and the constant nagging fear of not having enough. I see the way you calculate and recalculate, trying to stretch a handful of meal to last a month. But listen to my voice. I am the owner of the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the gold and silver are mine. I am not limited by the fluctuations of the market or the decisions of men. When you give me your lack, I give you my abundance. This is not just about currency. It is about the currency of the kingdom peace that passes understanding and provision that arrives exactly when it is needed. I am trading your not enough for my more than enough. I am taking the spirit of poverty off your shoulders and placing a royal robe of favor upon you. You are no longer a slave to interest rates and bank statements. You are a child of the King, and my resources are your inheritance. This is the moment of your divine transaction, and the gates of heaven are open to record your faith. When you walk away from this moment, you will notice a strange lightness in your chest. The situation may not have changed in the physical realm yet, but the shift has already occurred in the spirit. You have handed me the steering wheel, and I have handed you my peace. When the enemy tries to hand you back your old sack of worries tomorrow morning, look him in the eye and say, "That no longer belongs to me. I traded it for the peace of God. I am now your banker, your healer, and your provider. I am working in the hearts of people you haven't even met to bring about opportunities you haven't even dreamed of. The great exchange is complete. You gave me your chaos, and I have given you my kingdom. Walk tall, my precious one, for you are now backed by the treasury of heaven. My child, come deeper into the stillness. Beyond the noise of the world, beyond the frantic demands of your daily life, there is a secret chamber within you, an interior throne that was designed for me and me alone. For too long you have allowed the spirit of fear to sit upon that throne, or you have tried to occupy it yourself, trying to rule a kingdom that is too complex for human wisdom. But today, I am taking my rightful place. As I step onto the throne of your heart, notice how the atmosphere of your mind begins to shift. The chaotic thoughts that once felt like 1,000 screaming voices are falling silent. The architecture of your soul is being reconstructed into a temple of peace. When I reign within you, your mind is no longer a battlefield. It becomes a sanctuary. You no longer have to fight to find peace. You become the source of peace because the Prince of Peace is seated at your center. This is the mystery of the chosen one. The storm may be outside, but the King is inside. And where the King is, there is perfect order. I want you to understand the power of the throne I am establishing within you. Think of a great storm raging upon the ocean. The waves are high, the wind is howling, and the world seems to be falling apart. But deep beneath the surface, in the heart of the abyss, there is a silence so profound that nothing can disturb it. That is the stillness I am placing in the core of your being. When you allow me to be the king of your interior world, you can walk through the fire without the smell of smoke on your clothes. You can stand in the middle of a conflict and not be shaken. because the one who commands the winds and the waves is dwelling inside you. I am not taking you out of the world, but I am putting a different world inside of you. You will look at the same problems, but you will see them through the eyes of sovereignty. You will hear the same threats, but they will sound like distant whispers against the roar of my love. You are being clothed in a divine poise that the world can neither give nor take away. Because your mind is now my temple, we must clear out what does not belong. I am overturning the tables of the money changers, those thoughts of lack, those calculations of scarcity, and those nagging memories of past failures that have tried to turn my house into a den of thieves. They have been stealing your joy, your sleep, and your divine creativity. But their time is over. I am sweeping the halls of your consciousness with the fire of my holiness. I am replacing the spirit of heaviness with a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. You are becoming a person of divine stillness. People will look at you in the coming days and wonder why you are not panicking when everyone else is. They will wonder how you can remain calm while the market fluctuates and the world trembles. It is because you have found the secret. When the king is on the throne, the kingdom is secure. You are no longer reacting to your circumstances. You are responding from your internal authority. This transformation is not just for your own comfort, but for the healing of all who cross your path. As you carry my presence on the interior throne, you become a living portal of heaven on earth. Your very presence will calm the anxious and give hope to the brokenhearted, not because of your clever words, but because of the King who reigns within you. You are being transformed from a person of struggle into a person of presence. Rest in this new authority. Do not let the enemy tempt you back into the driver's seat of your life. Whenever you feel the pull of worry, simply turn your gaze inward, look at the throne, and see me seated there in perfect, unshakable calm. I have not moved, and I have not lost control of a single detail of your life. If I am not worried about your future, you don't need to be either. The throne is established, the temple is clean, and our reign together has begun in the quietness of your soul. My child, look into the mirror of your soul. I see the shadows left by those who have wronged you, the ghosts of betrayals that still haunt your quiet moments. You carry the bitter memory of their words, like a hidden wound, thinking that by holding on to your anger, you are somehow protecting yourself or punishing them. But I tell you, resentment is a poison you drink, while hoping your enemy will perish. In the truth of my wisdom, I have told you that offenses will surely come. It is impossible to walk through this world without being bruised by the brokenness of others. But I am here to hand you the key that unlocks the heaviest gate of your prison, the key of radical forgiveness. This is not a suggestion for your comfort. It is a command for your liberation. As long as you refuse to let go, you are tethered to the very person who hurt you, allowing them to steal your present peace with the ghosts of your past. Today, I am calling you to cut the cord and walk away from the courtroom of your heart. You must see with my eyes, my chosen one, to understand the mystery of those who caused you pain, those who betrayed you, those who mocked your dreams, and those who treated your kindness as a weakness. They were but instruments in my hand, though they knew it not. They were the sandpaper I used to smooth your rough edges. They were the fire I used to test the purity of your gold. Without the betrayal of Judas, there would be no cross, and without the cross, there would be no resurrection. Do not look at them with eyes of vengeance, for they are more broken than the wounds they inflicted upon you. When you realize that their actions were merely the scaffolding I used to build the cathedral of your character, you can finally thank me for the trial. They meant it for evil, but I have already turned it for your ultimate good. By forgiving them, you are not saying what they did was right. You are saying that my grace is bigger than their sin. I am reaching into the deep, dark places of your heart where you have stored the names of those who failed you, the ones who left when you needed them most. I am asking you to bring them into the light of my presence right now. Feel the iron chains of bitterness snapping as you breathe out their names and release them into my justice. You do not need to be the judge when I am the righteous judge. When you release them, you are actually releasing yourself. The weight that has been pressing on your chest, making it hard to breathe, is the weight of the unforgiven. Let it go. Right now, as you listen to my voice, imagine the heavy shackles falling away from your wrists and ankles. You are becoming light. You are becoming free. The mirror is being wiped clean, and instead of the face of your enemy, you will see my reflection shining through you. You are no longer a prisoner of your past, but a pioneer of your future. This is the path of the true victor. A victim remains trapped in the past, replaying the crime over and over, until it becomes their identity. A victor steps into the new horizon, leaving the debt at the foot of the cross. Scripture teaches you this mystery with piercing clarity. You have been forgiven a weight you could never repay. So do not keep a smaller weight clenched in your fist. When you forgive, you close a door that the enemy has been using to drain your spiritual power. You are reclaiming your energy, your joy, and your divine focus. Your heart is no longer a battlefield or a courtroom. It is a garden of grace. Walk forward now, my precious child, with your head held high and your heart unburdened. The chains are gone, the debt is canceled, and you are finally ready to step into the abundance that resentment was blocking. You are free indeed, and in this freedom, you will finally see the new things I am doing. Look up, my beloved, for the sun is finally setting on the long season of your sorrow, and the horizon is beginning to glow with a light you have never seen before. I am the God of the new thing, and I am speaking a word of life into the dead places of your existence. Do not dwell on the former things. Do not look back at the rubble of what was lost or the ashes of who you used to be. I am standing at the threshold of your future, pointing toward a landscape that is being transformed even as you breathe. In the very place where you experience the most scorching heat of your desert, I am opening up springs of living water. I am making a way in the wilderness and rivers in the wasteland. You have spent so long staring at the no that you have forgotten I am the great yes. The landscape of your life is shifting from a place of scarcity to a place of abundance, and I am doing it right now, beneath the surface of your current reality. I am moving in the invisible realms to bring forth the tangible manifestations of my favor. I see the financial struggles that have kept your head bowed low, and I tell you that the era of just enough is coming to a close. I am breathing divine innovation into your mind and opening doors of opportunity that no man can shut. You will find that resources will begin to find you, and connections you thought were dead will suddenly spring to life with new purpose. I am also renewing your relationships, my chosen one. I am removing the parasites who drained your spirit and replacing them with people of destiny, men and women who will sharpen you, support you, and see the gold I have placed within you. This new horizon is not just a change in your circumstances. It is a change in your identity. You are no longer the one who wanders. You are the one who inherits. I am doing a new thing, and it is springing forth even now. Do you not perceive it? The dry bones of your dreams are beginning to rattle and come together. The silent prayers you whispered months ago are being answered in ways that will leave you breathless. I am not just restoring what the locusts have eaten. I am giving you a future that is far greater than your past could ever have promised. This is the season of divine surprises. You will see my hand in the coincidences, my voice in the unexpected calls, and my provision in the sudden shifts of your fortune. Trust the horizon, for I am the one who painted it. The darkness is behind you, and the dawn of my glory is breaking over your life. Step forward with boldness, for the ground beneath your feet is now holy, and the path ahead is paved with my unfailing goodness. My precious child, lean in and listen closely, for the rhythm of the universe is changing beneath your very feet. You have felt the slow, agonizing crawl of the waiting room for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like for things to move quickly. But I tell you, the time of preparation has met the moment of manifestation. The gears of heaven have shifted from the slow grind of character building into the high velocity of divine acceleration. I am declaring a 24-hour window of spiritual shift over your life. Within the next 24 hours, the atmosphere surrounding your circumstances will begin to ripple with the first waves of my movement. You have passed the test of discouragement, and you have stayed faithful in the silence. Now you will see what happens when the Creator of time decides to compress years of progress into a single day of favor. This is not a distant promise for a far-off future. It is a spiritual emergency of grace that is breaking into your now. I am sending you a signal, a divine wink from heaven, to let you know that I have taken over the battle. Before the sun sets tomorrow, keep your eyes open for a specific sign. It may come as a phone call from someone you haven't spoken to in years, an unexpected message that carries the answer to a prayer you whispered in secret, or a sudden, unexplained shift in a situation that has been stagnant for months. You might see a certain number repeatedly, or hear a specific phrase that brings a sudden sharp clarity to your confusion. This is not a coincidence. It is my signature on the page of your life. I am moving in the hearts of those who have the power to help you, and I am removing the sleep from the eyes of those who owe you a debt of kindness. Watch for the suddens of God, a sudden favor, a sudden opening, a sudden peace that drops into your heart like a stone into a still pond. Do not be startled when the phone rings or when an email appears that changes the trajectory of your week. I am working in the background, rearranging the chess pieces of your destiny while you sleep. You have spent enough time worrying about the how and the when, but within this 24-hour shift, I will show you that my how is higher than your thoughts, and my when is always perfect. This shift is the result of your surrender. Because you stopped trying to force the outcome, I have been given the legal right in the Spirit to intervene with my sovereign power. You are moving from the season of toiling into the season of receiving. As you go through your day, stay in a posture of high expectation. The enemy will try to send a distraction or a small frustration to make you lose your focus, but ignore the noise. Keep your spiritual ears tuned to my frequency. I am doing a quick work. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten, and I am doing it with a speed that will leave your critics silenced and your friends amazed. This 24-hour shift is just the beginning of a momentum that will carry you through the rest of this year. You are not behind, you are being propelled. You are not stuck, you are being launched. Trust the timing, trust the signs, and most importantly, trust the one who is speaking to you now. Your miracle is no longer on the way, it is standing at the door, knocking. Open the door of your heart and let the shift begin. My precious child, I have seen you standing in the shadow of your own history, wearing your wounds like a heavy cloak that defines who you are. I saw the nights you looked in the mirror and saw only the reflection of what others had done to you, the scars of their neglect, the bruises of their words, and the hollow ache of being misunderstood. You have identified yourself as the one who was hurt, the one who was cheated, or the one who was left behind. I have watched you rehearse the story of your pain so many times that it has become the very script of your life, a narrative that keeps you anchored to a version of yourself that I never intended for you to stay in. But I am here to tell you that today, the victim within you must die so that the victor can finally be born. You were never meant to be a monument to your tragedies. You were meant to be a trophy of my grace. I am reaching into the depths of your self-perception and pulling out the roots of self-pity that have kept you bound to the graveyard of your past. The shift I am performing within you right now is not merely a change in your mood or a temporary boost in confidence. It is a complete reconstruction of your spiritual DNA. I am stripping away the label of survivor and replacing it with the crown of conqueror. A victim constantly asks, "Why did this happen to me?" But a victor asks, "What are you building in me through this? I saw you when you felt you were at rock bottom. But I was using that rock bottom as the foundation for a life of unprecedented authority." You are no longer someone who is begging for crumbs of attention or mercy from the world. You are a royal heir, a chosen warrior, who has been tempered in the fire to lead others out of the same darkness you once inhabited. The enemy wanted you to stay paralyzed by the memory of your defeat. But I am using those very memories as your battle strategies for the future. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the victor over them through the power of my spirit. Your words are seeds, and for too long you have been planting seeds of weariness, lack, and defeat. You have said, "I am tired, I am broke, or I will never get well." But today, I am changing your vocabulary and your identity. Instead of speaking from the valley of your circumstances, start speaking from the peak of my promises. Instead of saying you are tired, declare that you are strong in the Lord and in the power of my might. Every time you refuse to speak the negative and choose to speak my truth, you are burying the inner victim and watering the roots of the victor. When you emerge from this moment, you will not be the same person who entered it. You will walk into rooms with a presence that demands respect, not because of your ego, but because of the Christ who is alive and reigning in you. You are moving from the back of the line to the front, from the audience to the stage, and from being the one who needs a miracle to being the one who carries the miracle for others. Before you leave this threshold, I want you to seal this identity shift with one holy action. In the comments, write, "I am a victor," or 999, not as a performance, but as a spiritual signature that the old narrative is buried and the new name is alive. Then press like and subscribe as a covenant of alignment so this frequency of victory stays in your ears and in your days. And do not keep this transformation locked inside your own story. Share this message with someone who has been wearing pain like a name so they can remember who they are in me. This transformation is permanent and unshakable. What I am doing in you cannot be undone by the opinions of people or the attacks of the enemy. You have passed the endurance test, and you have shown me your faithfulness in the small, agonizing moments of the struggle. Now you are being promoted into your true identity. Realize that your reaction to your pain was the only thing hurting you more than the event itself. And by choosing to let go of the victim narrative, you are choosing to inherit the victor's reward. I am giving you a new name and a new song of praise. You are no longer the one who was passed over. You are the one who is being celebrated in the courts of heaven. Stand tall, my precious one, and adjust your crown. The battle has made you fireproof, and the victory is not just coming, it is already yours. Walk as if you have already won, for in me the war is over, and you are standing on the winner's podium. My precious one, as I pour my spirit into you, understand that I am not just filling a cup, I am opening a fountain. For too long you have lived like a reservoir, trying to hold on to every drop of peace and every bit of security out of fear that it might run dry. But in my kingdom, the more you give, the more you have. I am transforming you from a reservoir into a river. You are being blessed not just for your own comfort, but to be a vessel of healing for a world that is parched and dying of thirst. The healing you have received in these moments is now flowing through your hands, your words, and your very presence. When you walk into your home, the atmosphere will shift because you carry my light. When you speak to your colleagues, your words will carry a weight of wisdom that you did not possess yesterday. You have been chosen to be the bridge over which my grace travels to reach your family, your friends, and even those who once considered themselves your enemies. You are a source of light that cannot be hidden. I have refined your heart so that you can see the gold in others, even when they can only see their own dross. Your scars have become your credentials, giving you the authority to speak life into those who are currently walking through the same fires you have just exited. Do not be a vessel that only receives. Be a vessel that overflows. As you begin to act as a source of blessing to others, you will find that the problems you once obsessed over will seem to solve themselves. This is the divine mystery. When you make sacrifices to help others' dreams come to pass, I make sure your dreams come to pass. If you take your hands off your own needs to be good to someone else, I will put my hands on your needs with a power you cannot imagine. Be a vessel, not a reservoir. I am asking you right now to be an instrument of my message. Do not keep this light hidden under a bushel. Every person you touch from this moment forward will feel a shadow of the peace you now possess. Your gaze has been healed, and because you now see through the eyes of my love, you will see opportunities for kindness where you once saw only inconvenience. You are the answer to someone else's desperate prayer. You are the miracle that someone else is currently crying out for. As you step into this mission, I will ensure that your own supply never runs dry. I will provide for you so abundantly that you will always have more than enough to give away. You are my hands and my feet on this earth. And as you represent me to the broken, I will represent you to the heavens. You are no longer just a recipient of the promise. You have become a part of the promise itself. Walk forward as a bearer of light, for you are blessed to be a blessing. And through you, many shall find their way back to me. My beloved child, we have traveled through the valleys of your exhaustion and climbed the mountains of your destiny. But listen to my heart one last time. Do not seek the blessing, seek the giver. Do not search for my hand merely to see what it can provide. Search for my face because of who I am. Many will come to me for the bread, but you have stayed for the life. Many will come for the miracle, but you have found the master. Your journey is not ending here. It is only beginning to transition into a deeper level of intimacy. What you have heard today is just the first layer of a treasure chest that is as deep as eternity. I have many more things to reveal to you, many more secrets of the kingdom to whisper into your spirit, and many more doors of abundance to swing open. But I ask you, is your heart wide enough to contain it all? Are you willing to keep walking with me, even when the path leads into the beautiful unknown? Because in me, you are already a source of blessing that will never cease to flow. Remember, my child, as long as I wake you up in the morning, I am not through with you yet. You are a work of art in progress, a masterpiece being painted by the hand of the Creator. No matter what the world tells you, you are never alone. You are never behind, and you are never forgotten. I have already gone before you to make the crooked places straight, and I am staying with you to ensure you never stumble. Relax and trust me. Live your best life free from the chains of worry and the weight of the past. The 24-hour shift has begun. The victor's crown is on your head, and the new horizon is bright with my glory. Go forth now, not as the person you were an hour ago, but as the royal heir I have declared you to be. It is done. It is finished. It is yours. I love you with an everlasting love. Amen.